welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kagonya Ashley, your favorite YouTuber. If this is your very first time seeing this beautiful face, karibu sana. And if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much for keeping it locked. And kama kawaida, I promised you that I'm going to be doing a series of village content, and today we're going to be shooting my evening routine, what we normally do in the village together with my mom. So guys, you know what to do if the content is good enough for you. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. Our very first step of our evening routine is to unpack the maize from where we had sun-dried them. So, YouTube family, firewood is the most or commonly used fuel in every African village, including ours. So here I had already finished gathering the firewood and it was time to organize them for easy transportation. And one of the tips that we normally use to carry our firewood without finding it cumbersome, you have to have a rope, number one. And the rope is used to tie different kinds of knots. For me, I use 2 knots, one on each side, so that when I carry, I don't find that I'm unbalancing together with what I'm carrying. Okay, you have to find a point of balance between what you are carrying. So this is me literally carrying the firewood to where we're supposed to store the firewood, because it's very important to always make sure here in the village that you have constant supply of the firewood. Yeah, so here I was preparing the ingredients before I started cooking to just get organized, and you can see we have the result of blended tomatoes and capsicum already in a clean dish. My next step is to blend my pumpkins for my chapatis, and we add some little water to give it that final look while blending, and we blend it for some time, and that is what I was literally doing till I established that fine look. And after that, we place our results in a small dish or a bowl, preferably your choice. After that, we decided to start kneading our dough for chapati so that we can give it some good time to rest. And that is what I was doing, and you can see me mixing our paste, our pumpkin paste for that matter, and voila, that was the result of our dough, and it's time to allow it to rest. So we normally cover it with some polythene paper and give it some time to rest, because why not? When it rests, it gives you that soft establishing feel. Are you ready? 9-9. Are you ready? 9-9. So it was time to go to the shop and get some few things that were lacking in the house, since I told you from my previous vlog that we normally have one market day. And why not? Can you come along with me? What are you sitting at home doing? Come along with me. And at this point, I came back, and you know what? We were winnowing our beans, our crushed beans for that matter, because I'm about to give you some good recipe for some good beans that are roasted beans that are crushed fast. So we were doing that to allow the dirt to come off the beans, because we had already done the roasting. So this is just your girl giving you a recap of how we established that pumpkin paste for our chapati. Yes, and after that, we make some food for the chicken, because as we're gonna have supper, what about our chicken? So that is what I was doing, cutting the previous night's kale together and some ugali, yeah, for chicken meal. Yeah, so this is just me literally showing you the recap of how we prepare the pumpkins before we now get to, blending them. There's a process behind it, like the way there's a process behind every successful woman. Yes, fam, the next step was also to lit up the fire so that we can start our cooking. And on this case, we were already starting to boil our pumpkins as the first. Yes, and at this point, we had already boiled the pumpkins and kneaded everything, and you can see that bottle over there was just the little ash we used to boil most of our food. And as everything was going on well, I decided to draw the curtain so that people don't see us. In the village you can see people trying to poke into your noses, so we were trying to do that, and you see me trying to align the curtains very nicely. Yes, as we continue knowing what we want to do next. Voila! Our meat has finally boiled, and yes, we use little meat. We don't consume so much meat. And yeah, it's time to drain our stock, and later on we're going to see we are going to use this stock. Yeah, so every day when you cook you learn something new. And yeah, so let's learn something new today. So it was now time to fry our meat alongside our onions, because we want to achieve that golden brown. With that golden brown, Ash is like, what, I don't like that food. So that is what I did, and you can see me stirring, because we have to ensure that everything is on the core. And I think at this point I had already achieved that golden brown, and yeah, I decided why not add the tomatoes. And that is what I was doing carefully, because the heat is already heating, and we added some salt to give it that taste and all that. And you know what, as you can see me stirring, I decided now it's time to put the potatoes. I'm a porero, so I had to put the potatoes and add water so that we can allow it to boil evenly and give us that good taste. After the water had reduced, you can see me adding the gravy, and we allow it to simmer for 3 minutes as we go and check what Mama Bear was actually doing in the kitchen. And as you can see, the preparation was already going for the chapatis, and this lady, oh gosh, her chapatis are another level, and our stew is ready. So does it look like me, I mean? As you can see, boiling our water for bathing is very essential. And on the other hand, my mom was heating the chapati with no oil, and later on she added oil, and you can see things are getting nicer and finer. Yes, so at this point I was just like, when will supper be ready? Yes, but eventually with God we ate. And this is me trying to clear up the table, because it's really essential. You just can't stay like that. Yeah. And for your own information, I don't wash utensils during the night, so that one I can't pretend. And this is me wiping off the table, because we have to make sure that our tables are clean and neat, because cleanness is second to godliness. And that is what I was literally doing on that particular time of the night. Here we were unshelling the maize so that tomorrow we can sun-dry it. Yeah. And lastly, we end our video with a very good fellowship that we normally do on a daily basis, because God is important and at the center of our day-to-day life.